So Gabe, hey, first of all, welcome home for a little bit of a workout action here today. It's been 5 years since that big 2017 team. Of course, you graduated 2018. 5 years ago, you were one of the first receivers I even interviewed here, all of that. And now UCF is a Power 5, Big 12 team. What does it feel like to see, even 5 years later, what you've done on the field have an impact on the program?
Yeah, like we were telling the guys earlier, it's great to be a part of a legacy like that. That team had a lot of great leaders, a lot of great players. It was a big brotherhood here, and we all played for each other. And Frost built that foundation, and it was great. A lot of props to him. But it feels good to actually see UCF moving in the right direction and getting places they want to be. And I'm glad I can be a part of something like that.
I know I asked you this earlier just about your progression in year 3, but what have you learned in your first 2 years in the NFL?
Just patience, you got to know your role and play your role to the best of your ability, and whenever your number is called, you got to go out there and execute. There's nothing you can do about play time and things like that. You just got to be able to keep your head up and take what they give you and be able to execute. So.
How does it feel to be in those fields again?
Yeah, no, it feels good. I'm glad UCF brought us back, and I feel like this is what we need in order to take that next step, in recruiting and everything, for guys to be able to see pro guys out here working and then be able to, one day hopefully be in the same shoes and keep all the same guys around.
You were out here with Sammy Watkins too. He was a Bill as a young NFL player.
Yep.
Did you guys share any stories, or he give you any advice or anything with that connection there?
Yeah, I know he loved his time in Buffalo. We talked about that a little bit. He loved the community there and how it ran, and he was happy to be drafted there. But really we just talk about now and how we're happy to be able to train together and learn from each other. And Sam's a great guy, great person to be around, good energy. Happy to see him. He's playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year, so he's got a lot of work to do, and I know he's going to do it and make some big plays happen this year.
I mean, the quarterback you're playing with isn't too bad either.
Oh, yeah.
So
17's not bad either.
You both kind of made leaps in your own way. Granted, Josh came in first, but Josh Allen, you have both been kind of improving throughout your careers.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned having him as a quarterback that you may not have had in your tool set back in the McKenzie Milton days, for example?
It's funny because when it comes to him and McKenzie, they were both just, when it's time to compete, their mentality is just unlike any other. Like, they're just ready to go out there and compete, don't care what's happened to them out on the field. For example, I give you KZ. I know he had his AC sprain. He had his ankle was sprained. I remember one week, and he was in the training room all week, and then he come out there and go out on the field and act like nothing ever even happened out there playing like he wasn't going through. I know it'd be hard for me to do something like that. So I got a lot of tough guys. Again, Josh, he's a big, strong, physical quarterback, and will run the ball down your throat, be getting hit, and get up like it's nothing. And I was blessed with great guys who want to win and want to compete.
What do you think it's going to take for the Bills to take that next step and actually, win the AFC and get to the Super Bowl?
I feel like we really don't have to do anything. We just got to play our game. It's us against us every single week, and that's the message that we have this year, and that's what McDermott has been preaching. It's us against us, and we got to be able to, compete against each other and be able to trust each other and make big plays and, just have a good chemistry out there on the field.
What do you think your success in the NFL means to the whole, Sanford community and Seminole High School?
My biggest thing is to motivate those kids in Sanford to be able to know that they can live their dream and do whatever they want as long as they put their mind to it. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to do. Obviously, UCF's been good because, you had me and Brandon Moore here. Brandon first before I was. But now his brother's here, my brother's here, and we have the twins here as well. It's something that we're trying to start in the Sanford community, to stay home, put all the tools right in front of them to be the best men that they can be, keep their bodies healthy, and just play for the hometown team and make sure everybody in Sanford comes to the games on Saturday. So that's the goal.
Gabe, earlier you saw BJ Taylor was out here a little bit to watch you guys work, and I was talking to him a little bit. He said something about great teams need to make sure they don't beat themselves. Is that kind of what you're talking about, the vibe in the Bills camp there?
Yeah, we got to make sure we don't beat ourselves. We have to play sound, good football that we know how to play and what we practice every single week. And like I said, it's us against us, and that's how we're going into it this year.
Is there a bit of a learning curve, the new offensive coordinator so far early in camp or anything like that?
No, not that big. Doris is a similar mind to Dayball, so we're doing a lot of the same stuff when it comes to how we play football. So it's been pretty good.
talking to you, still feel like you were the same guy back then, but obviously you're a much better player now than you were then. What's the biggest difference between Gabe Davis of 2022 and Gabe Davis, say, 5 years ago?
I'm just learning the game, growing up in the football world and learning how to play better and be smarter on the field, and just taking little things here and there that helps me more comfortable on the field. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of us try to catch up and try to keep up, but I feel like I've caught up and now I'm more relaxed and playing good and confident ball.
The last one for me here, and I'm trying to put together a concept. So, with what you've done this year, like clearly the Bills are the favorite in the East. Is there anything different in the preparation now that you've gotten farther than you did last year? We've talked about trying not to beat yourselves. If there is one mantra that you can say that the team has right now out there in the sideline in Buffalo, what would it be?
I feel like it's just everybody do your job. McDermott talks about 1/11th. It's one guy doing everybody's job, and if all 11 guys are doing it, we can make big plays happen. And that's the biggest thing. Just everybody doing their job, so everybody can trust each other on the field. And when the ball is in the air and we're on the sideline watching, we know our DB is going to come down with it or something. So it's just having trust in each other and being able to everybody prepare and be ready for when their number's called.
So I know you kind of talked about this with learning some things from Sammy. He's obviously won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs. Did he kind of drop some gems about what it takes to play your role or step up in those big moments? 'Cause I know you had a huge game against the Chiefs last season.
Sammy talks about how that game was supposed to happen, how it wasn't a surprise. He told me that was a blessing from God, and that's how we take it, and that's what he says about it, and that's nothing more, nothing less. So just gotta be happy that I was able to perform that well, and give the glory to God on the opportunity I had.
What's it like? You've always been a team guy, but what's it like being in the NFL record books, 4 catches in a playoff game by a single man? How's that feel?
It feels good. I saw that there was a stat that someone had tweeted out that there's only 9 players since like 1950 that can say that they've had 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, but there's only 1 player that can say they did it in a playoff game. And that's what I've been working for all these years. The sacrifice and the discipline, the commitment to this game to be able to do something extraordinary like that, and just got to kind of move on from that and know that that's in the books. But now this is a new year, new me, and now it's time to show them what I can do from week 1.
Do you feel any like extra pressure after a game like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be honest, like that was my first taste of I'm not a Bills fan, so that was my first taste of seeing you on the big stage. Do you feel like there's extra pressure now that you put up that kind of a game? Like that was the last time anybody saw you. Like, do you feel extra pressure coming into this season, or are you same as usual?
I mean, there's pressure when the ball was in the air, when it was a 75-yard touchdown. There's pressure when it's 4th and 13 and we have to score, and then we got 13 seconds left. And there's more. You're always going to find those pressure situations. There's always going to, no one bigger than any other one. So that's what we work out here. You feel less pressure the more you work, the more you grind. We're out here for 8:30 in the weight room, and then we're done here around 1 o'clock. You put the work in, you're confident on the field, and I feel like the pressure is at least to your worries.
Last one from me. Working with Stephon Diggs, who many would argue is a top 10, top 5 receiver in the league. Working with him, what have you learned from him, or is there anything you may have taught him working out there in Buffalo?
No, Steph's a great player. Again, I was blessed to have great players on my team when it came to Steph, John Brown, Andre Roberts, Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders. I learned a lot from a lot of guys in a short period of time, and I took little things from everybody to help me and help my game be better. Steph helps me the most when he's out there just on the field with me. When he's on the other side of me, that's when I'm the most confident out there on the field.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.